These are the top 100 players under 500K. Let's discuss. Beautiful people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Just to clarify, 250K to 500K. You understand the in between. So if we miss someone, it's probably not in this price range. We have Broken, rank 1, foot champs, debatable, the Pine. Coming in highly debatable. You're going to drop some comments. If you have not subscribed, run it up. And I can't control the heat in my apartment. Therefore, we are starting to bundle up. We have outside clothes on, inside. The second Pele. Good value in this price range. I'm going straight to rank 1. I'm leaving us a little bit of room. In a different video, he might have made his way into Broken. The man is authentic. He's expressive. He's demanding. The real deal. Into the middies. I think she's underrated. Do we go back to back? Is she in rank 1? She's definitely conversating. We're having a discussion. We're sharing a baguette. The bread is phenomenal in France. On a side note that is extra related. Let me come back to that. She might have some movement. I should mention, if you want the gameplay, second channel, head on over to the playbook. It's free to subscribe over there. That's where you get the tips, tutorials, that type of goodness. Bamadi, her movement, her dribbling's phenomenal, but she's kind of an in-betweener. I actually made a video talking about overrated players. I'm not talking about her result on the pitch, the Barcelona side. None of that. I would never take that away from someone. The resolve, the performance, the accolades, the achievements. But in the game, not necessarily a natural cam. She's really not a box-to-box. Definitely not a holding mid. There's some room. Hear me out. Araujo, I still like him, even though I hate the radioactive item. I do not like the color scheme. I don't like when it came out. They made this into some sort of advent calendar. When I say they, I'm talking about EA. And it just didn't make sense for that time of the year. Balak, hot take. I am putting him into the debate. I don't love him. Both this version and his other version, which is lower rated, but neither of them moved the needle for me the way that I thought that they would. Barella, I feel like I'm doing him a disservice or an injustice having him in the debate, but that's where we're starting out. Jude Bellingham needs that upgrade. Still weekend league approved and should have a team of the year coming soon. As this is being recorded, that could be finalized. Kareem the Dream. I really like Kareem Benzema. I don't know that I can give him that notch above. And I'll happily go on record. I believe he's one of the more underrated strikers in terms of what we've seen in the past 20 or 30 years. And I realize many of you will fire back and say, people know that he is him. But I think he's been overshadowed a little bit. A lot of his prime was in that same era with Cristiano at Real Madrid. They were winning. It wasn't just Cristiano. There were a lot of players on that team that came together to build the squad and took care of business in big moments. Kareem Benzema is one of those guys. Georgie Best, leaning on a rank 1. Good value under 500K. I'm still going to put Blanc in rank 1. Maybe in a different video at a different time period, he'd be in Broken. Him and I are well acquainted, and even with the upgrades and the improvements and the game shifting and the ecosystem, I'm not taking that off the table for Blanc. Butragueno, also joining rank 1. If you can afford his upgrade, I think he's maybe 100K outside of this budget, maybe a little bit more. It depends on what the market is doing, what it's saying, but go for that item. Butragueno will not disappoint you. Sol Campbell is not for me. In fact, he's really not for me. That's going to be a hot take off rip. I know some of you love him. Stand by him. Super physical, super strong. The pace is upgraded. I've hated using him. He's clunky. He's not responsive. I always give up penalty kicks and miss time challenges. And maybe I just don't have the belief in him and he doesn't have the belief in the squad. We're not on the same page. Eric Cantona to Broken. I love him. Physical. Got that demeanor, that cadence. Still has the technique. Can score a goal from anywhere. Mr. Casillas. The cat. I don't like putting goalkeepers in the Pine. This isn't a goalkeeper focused video. I almost feel as if they're gonna be in the debate. It's not cheap for that position. Undeniable, deserved icon selection. Used to be part of every single team of the year. What a leader at Real Madrid. Ashley Cole, one of my favorite left backs in real life and in the game. Is there a better left back in Premier League history? I'll hear your argument. King Kenny, and I like the other version of King Kenny, to the point that I almost want him in foot champs. I would probably lean on Kareem Benzema for me on a personal end, my own experience in game being better. Alphonso Davies, also foot champs. The guy has all the stats, absolute burner, wing play on point. You can float him into a holding mid or even a box-to-box midfield role if needed. Alvarez does the business against me. I gotta put him into foot champs. Are we playing it safe today? I think we are. Frankie. I'm struggling here. That Frankie makes a lot of appearances, gets heavy minutes. He's a talent. Sure proof. I think we have to move her up. I think she's got to go up early. Usually I save this to a later stage, but Depay at this point, I'm almost known as a hater, the way that I do not get down or support Memphis. I mean, no disrespect. I don't like what EA's done with the item. I just used Di Natale for a weekend. I would say that he's still grasping on to rank 1. That's a deserving position. He's kind of playing as a floating center mid for yours truly, but up top, center forward, even out wide, good to go. Diani, lover, specialist, authentic. I've been celebratory since the beginning of times with using Diani. Diaz, I'll still give him foot champs. He's fast. He could do some work down the sidelines, down the end line. The pass across game is real, but he's not my favorite winger. Rio Ferdinand, rank 1 aficionado. We are gatekeeping broken heavily. And you might not agree with me on Cantona, but if you whip in crosses, if you're good with the skill moves, you like a step over, you like some explosion, you need someone that's got a body type that's physical yet nimble. He gives you a little bit of everything. And you might question, where are the debates? Where are the pines? I mean, we are getting to an upper price point. It's hard. It's difficult. Firmino, foot champs. They should be weekend league approved. João Felix, rank 1. Would recommend playing as a striker, cam, a center forward. Kind of expressive with it. Gives you some of that dancing, that movement. Forlan. We've gone through a lot together. I'm going to give him a slight nudge in the debate. He's for a certain type of player. Frimpong. And I think he might be going blue as well. Seems likely, seems possible, seems deserving. Bundesliga standout. Bayern Leverkusen. Been disrupting the league this year. Not mad about it. We're giving him rank 1. Futra to rank 1. And again, I'm not trying to be nice in this video. I promise you. It's hard to get into broken. Maybe I am doing some light gatekeeping. But at the same time, if you're paying 500,000 coins, surely the guy should be good for the weekend. In most cases, that's the reality. Griezmann. I don't know if he's getting rank 1 or not. His shooting is so elite. But he's kind of a specialist. You can't toss him up front. You can't put him out wide. He's got to be in a cam or even a center mid role that has these late opportunities for floating space and facilitation. But he's still done enough for yours truly. Holland, he's done enough. I just used him in a weekend, maybe 3 weeks back. He's still spreading defenses, peanut butter and jelly for 20 plus goals in 20 games. Guaranteed. Hansen, I would prefer her upgrade, but I'm still giving her rank 1. She might even be broken. I like her other 91 a little bit better. Say she's likely to keep it pushing. Teo Hernandez, I would play him as a left back, but he works as a center back. You've got an inform. I'm having internal thoughts here. I'm not sure. There's gonna be some talks. There's gonna be some discussion in this video. Hernandez is arguably the best at his position when you're looking at a left back. It depends what you're looking for. This item can play in that position, no problem, no questions asked. I'm leaving him in broken for now, but I don't know that I'm dead set on that. Reece James, fantastic. Hot take, he's been up there with Cafu, and he's gonna cost you a fraction of that price. I've been using him. Kaká, one of my favorite players of all time. The 89 is not the 91. I'll just leave that here. Conte will dictate the midfield. Not taking that away from him. Kind of want him in rank 1. We need some more movement here. I've got so much on my mind. I'm telling you, stick to the end of this video. There's going to be real critique. Ledley King, it's been good to me, but we got to start being a little more harsh. I think Vincent has to be up front. Broken. Used him for a couple weekends. I rate him heavily. Getting a good return there. He's got that hero bonus. Lucio, same situation. I might even argue that Lucio's a little bit better. It's a small margin. Similar types of players. Lewandowski for the weekend. Finishes for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Can provide. Gives you some skill moves. Not the fastest for a turn and burn would be my only disclaimer. Vicente. It's a good fullback. I'm not upset if you bumped him to rank 1, but I prefer him in foot champs. There's also good competition for his position. I think of, you got 2 Mendy's, you have Roberto Carlos, you've got Karkawi. You could do something with Bacha if you'd like. Bompastor would be my main recommendation, and she's cheaper. That's what's happening. Luis Figo for the weekend league. The stats are right. The performance maybe not so much. A little bit underwhelming. Makaleli, I don't want to put him into the debate. He's still Conte-esque, kind of one-dimensional. That would be my major disclaimer. I feel a little conflicted. Makaleli and Conte should probably be in the same tier. Wherever we decide, they should share. From the lack of offense to the chase back. If anything, Makaleli's more physical. Instead of pulling Conte down, I'm pulling Makaleli up, but they are holding mid. Absolute holding mids. There's Mendy. I'm still putting the 85 in broken for now. I would prefer him even going up against the likes of a Teo Hernandez in that position. If you can get the 87, go for it. Will it stay like this for a long period? I don't know. At some point, the stats got to be statting. Mendy just has that broken feel. Modric, let's go. Into rank 1. Proud about Modric being in rank 1 this year. Bobby Moore, I know they upped his dribbling. I'll throw him into debate, but a hard one to co-sign for completing, to be honest with you. Odegaard, I have a lot of fun using him, but he's not going to be for everyone. Muller at the 92 will definitely get you weekend league certified. Nesta stays living in the pine. I think he has a 91. Am I tripping? So ignore the 90. Pretend that's a 91, and he's still going to the pine. Patricia is talented. Put her into the weekend. That Rafael Leao, I packed him. I think players have caught up to him. He's struggling to get minutes off the bench for me at this point, but I'm not going to deny him. I know what he's capable of. Rafinha, still foot champs. I don't know that he gets into that rank 1. I'm just letting you know there's movement here. Some of my choices we got to conversate about. We're just at this crossover point with not only the price, but the value, but also the new players coming into the ecosystem, the upgrades, the promos. Everything is impacting guys that were clear-cut in certain categories, in certain tiers, in my opinion. Like Ramirez, I just put him into foot champs. Is that right? Probably. You don't have many 85s or 86s that are competing past weekend league acceptance or output. And you can't have a team full of them. Renato Sanchez, it's another one of those, I'm in that 86 zone. I'm struggling to not have Renato in rank 1. He's still got a lot of the balance. Ribéry, he does enough. Just played against him, and I noticed he was out there doing the business. Rodrigo, still doing the business. I played with him last weekend league. Give me plenty of output. Brazilian flair was in full effect, and I would still lean on the 87 to the 88, just out of comfort, out of what I'm used to. Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know what to do with this. We need more upgrades. For the weekend, for sure, but I don't even know that he's pushing towards rank 1. He still has that Ronaldo extracurricular, but he's not what he once was. You got to get the step overs have to be juiced. The crosses need to be coming in. You got to position him. Doesn't have that same instantaneous dominance. Rudiger is fierce. I'm putting him to the top. I'm still tempted. Is Blanc there? Is he still there? Does he get it off of what he's already accomplished? How many weekends, how many games, how much have you played with Blanc? It bothers me almost not having him in broken. He's not trending in that direction, but what he's already given us this year, the GP. I'm a man of principle. Wayne Rooney, too many stats. I would probably play him as a center mid of some sorts. Saka. This might be a hot take. I just did a video with overrated players. It's not really Saka's fault. It's just the matter of he's not a true winger in game. He doesn't feel that way to me. He's not a defensive player. He does give you chase back. He will be an asset on the pitch, but I got to start getting into the nitty gritty. I got to be nitpicky. I got to have decisions and stick to them. Mo Salah, you can only get the inform. I don't know that I'm giving the inform a guaranteed broken. No, I am lying. Straight to the top. How can someone have a counter opinion with that? This guy has been crushing hopes, dreams, ambitions all year long. Hugo Sanchez. The man's the real deal. Rank 1, yes. Sonaldo. Use the sun. Heavy. This price point, I think he's in that broken category, that tier. Stoichkov. Give some more respect to Stoichkov. Put some respect on his name. Man's a goal scorer. We have both versions, which I think they both go in the same place. Stoichkov gets overlooked. I don't know why. He's done enough. Always. Maybe there's a limited love or appreciation for Bulgarians. We'll have to have a talk with Crossy and get the hammer out. Have him start beating down somebody's door on TikTok.
I'm gonna break your connection or else I'm gonna break my monitor.
Fernando Torres. Face mask Torres. At this price point, is such good value. He's got 5-star skills. He's going up top. My goodness. My internal debate right now, I'm already reflecting as we're placing. It's hefty. Gonna get offensive. Yaya Toure. Still rank 1. I don't like going up against him. That man's a brick wall. He's physical as can be. Trippier into the debate. He's not my favorite player. Upamecano. I like both versions of Upamecano. Fantastic center back. Rank 1 center back all day for me. Valverde, consistent. If it was the Radio Shack, that highlighter green, yellow, we'd have a different conversation. Push a new agenda. How can I not have Van der Sar at least weekend league? If anything, he's the GOAT of the goalkeepers. And for that reason, I'm going broken. You got to pay for him. Not a cheap goalkeeper, but if you told me I could only have one, Van der Sar is getting the call up every day of the week. Virgil van Dijk, all day. Big body type, built to hurt, brawly. The man's been lifting, went Super Saiyan, 6'4", move side to side, will push, shove, shimmy, shake. dictate, win everything in the air. You don't need a helicopter. Just call on Virgil. Varane, problem. I love using him. Rank 1. John Luca. To the debate for yours truly. Vidic, got to be at least weekend. You could push him into rank 1. I wouldn't be mad about it. This is tough. I'm feeling stressed out. How do I not have Kyle Walker in broken? One of the fastest center backs that you could pick up. Marketplace goodness. Technically, Hernandez would be a center back in this situation. You can play him out wide. Do what you want with them. How is he not in team of the year consideration? And then Yashin, another good to go. He's got the cap on. You know what type of time he's on. He's wearing a timepiece while he's in goal. I don't think there's too much of a conversation piece. Let's do a review. There's so much on my mind. I look forward to the comments. That's all I'll say. The Pine's not moving. Nesta, Depay, and Campbell, they're not going anywhere. With this group, you could probably move John Luca down, but you don't have to. Some of you will stand behind him with all the support. I'm not mad about that. You also might be Italian. Odegaard's gotten busy. Again, at this price point, you have an expectation. We move into foot champs. I don't think Cristiano gets the bump. Vidic probably should. He's better than the weekend league. Valverde, box-to-box goodness. How do I not have him above just a weekend league performer? Saka, for me, is not a favorite. Lewandowski is a little more of a specialist in some ways. You need to have a certain team built around him. Let me look at rank 1. Let's have that convo. Does anybody need to get pushed down? I think Futra's done enough. He'll turn a defense. Brimpong, same situation. If anything, you might say for Georgie Best, under 500K, he's got to go up. I'm moving him up. Blanc, for what he's done for the community, I'm moving him up. I'll leave Ashley Cole in this position. Butragueno. If Blanc goes up, Ferdinand probably has to go up. Holland, I'm okay with him being here just because he's unorthodox. Hansen, I'm not doing right by her to have her in rank 1. You know, Conte and Makalele, they follow each other. I still feel like what they do in the midfield is enough. Modric can provide with the best of them. I'm going to pull Renato Sanchez down. Didn't expect to do that. I'm leaving the Stoichkovs. Actually, I'm not. I'm moving Renato back up. Do I leave the Stoichkovs? I think you do. I'm not having fun playing against them. Even the downsized Yaya Toure, not the 88. This is what's right is right. Upamecano, I'm going to give him that extra helper. I really like him. The same with Varane, one of the most dominant center backs that I've had. Big body type. A little bit clunky at times, but he's taking up space. He's making interceptions. He's winning headers. He's shoving and pushing and covering everything that you could ask for. So the broken category has more players than ever. Van der Sar, if you want to place him somewhere else. Goalkeeper opinion piece, I understand. Virgil's clear. Cantona clear. Maybe a couple of the fullbacks you might disagree with. Even the likes of Vincent Kompany or Lucio, but I have confidence in them. I believe in them. And this is my list at the end of the day. I haven't met a Salah that didn't get busy. If anything, we could have had even an additional tier for a few guys that might be even above this elitism. But it's a strong group. And remember, this is 500,000 coins. At 500,000 coins, you should get players that are broken. You should get players that are rank 1. They definitely should be in foot champs. You're disappointed if they don't make it there. The comment section should be fortified with plenty of debate. If you've enjoyed what we've put together, make sure to drop some love. I appreciate all of you. And if you want the gameplay second channel at the playbook, I have a lot more coming out ASAP.